All right, great to see everybody. Nice practice. Thank you for having us here in São Paulo.
Bom, boa tarde, pessoal. Vamos começar aqui a coletiva do Head Coach Andy Reid. Ele vai estar disponível para perguntas de vocês. Good morning, guys. We'll be having Coach Andy Reid with us today. He will be available for your questions. Se vocês tiverem dificuldade para fazer perguntas em inglês, eu posso traduzir para vocês.
Okay, go ahead and fire away with the questions.
Nick Maslow with People Magazine. Obviously, it's a really exciting time for Travis. Have you noticed any difference in his performance on the field amid all the great first moments?
Travis Kelce, and time's different for him. It looks all the same to us. So he's in a good place. Worked very hard this training camp and the off season, and I know he looks forward to getting started. So, no differences.
Jesse.
Any updates about the field conditions and what you guys are expecting tomorrow?
Yeah, no, I know the league has spent time on the field, so field conditions was a question. I know that the league has spent time working on that. They were aware of it last year, so I think they'll be ripping and ready to go. You know what? Whatever it is, both teams are playing on it, and we roll.
Hey, Coach. Welcome to Brazil. Hope you guys have a nice time here. So last year, Eagles came by. They had a great game against the Green Bay, and we all know how the season ended. Do you think this Brazilian crowd could be a lucky charm for you guys as well this year?
I know they're going to be fired up and ready to go, and if it helps us with what the Eagles did, I'll take it. That's great. Thank you.
Andy, what is this kind of media interest and the reception you guys got last night sort of tell you about the meaning of playing the game here?
So the fans were unbelievable at the airport. They're all decked out in red and yellow, and I know the crowd. We saw what the crowd was for the soccer game this past week, and we know that it's going to be wild tomorrow night. And we appreciate all the interest. It's so exciting to be able to come down here to our brothers and sisters to the south and have an opportunity to play in this game.
Yes.
Yes.
Last season, the Chiefs' superpower was execution inside games, and you've talked a lot about your mantra, "Don't judge." Are you planning on implementing "Don't judge" tomorrow?
Well, I try to introduce it all the time. I'm not judging anybody in here, other than we're all good folks, and we're shooting for the best for this game tomorrow, and for both teams, and it should be a heck of a football game. But I always try to live by that. Yes.
Steve.
Coach, you've got this team that played in London and then Mexico City, also Germany. Here in Brazil now, what are your first impressions on this city so far compared to the other cities you've been to?
Yeah, I would, and I wouldn't compare it. I'd just say great people. We've been fortunate to play those other places, and the people were so receptive to the game. We appreciate it. We know what the NFL is all about around the world, and we feel privileged to be an ambassador of sorts to be able to promote it here in Brazil.
Coach, welcome to Brazil.
Thank you.
And in general, what to expect for this season for Chiefs, and what atmosphere to expect for tomorrow in this stadium?
Yeah, so I like our team, and then we'll just see. We try to take it game by game, and this one's a big one. So the people of Brazil are going to get an opportunity to see two good football teams playing each other. They're in the same division, and it means a lot to both teams. So it'll be top-notch football for you, and so we'll take this one by itself, and then we'll work on the next one later as we go. And that's the way we'll go through the season.
Hey, Coach. Here. Very often in the NFL, the relationship between a quarterback and a head coach is the foundation of a winning project in the league. So how is your process to develop a good culture of football in the Chiefs and your relationship with Pat Mahomes?
Yeah, so Pat Mahomes is a special guy and a heck of a football player, but also a good father, a good person, good husband. And he goes about his business the right way. I appreciate that. I appreciate how he handles his teammates and works with them and doesn't put himself above them, but he's in with them, and that's important in the sport that you do that. I like your jacket. I might take that from you.
Excuse me. Hey, Andy, welcome to Brazil.
Thank you.
We know that it's hard to, sorry for that. We know that it's hard to lose Rashid Rice in the first games of the season. What is preferable in this process? Transfer his duties to other players or change the system to adapt with who you have available?
Yeah, so Rashid's a real positive guy, big heart, very positive in everything he does. He was practicing with us up until this past week and left with good energy. So he's away from the team now for a few weeks, and but we've got good players at that position that I know will step up and work hard to do a good job in that.
Coach right here. Josh Simmons had the chance to start at left tackle from day one. How challenging is that for a rookie to fill the spot?
All right, say it one more time. I'm
Yeah, sorry. Josh Simmons had the chance to start at left tackle from day one. How challenging it is for a rookie to start from day one at that position specifically?
Yeah, no, it's a tough deal, but he's worked very hard at solidifying that position and making sure he has an opportunity to play. And that was a big challenge for him throughout training camp. I think he's handled it right. He has the honor of going against some good defensive ends this week, and so I anticipate him stepping up and rising to that challenge and doing so. Yeah.
Hi, Coach. Welcome to Brazil. What's the secret to continuing to involve as a head coach and keeping the Chiefs a nearly unbeatable force for all these years? And do you plan to try a Brazilian burger called podrão?
That sounds pretty good. I might have to do that. Yeah, so we try to work hard at our job and as coaches and players to make sure we can put out the best product we can. And then you've got to go play. And so the guys have worked very hard. They're coming off a training camp that was about a month long, and they in the heat and humidity, and they spent a lot of hours up in St. Joe, Missouri, doing that. And so I think they look forward to having an opportunity to play against somebody else in such a big venue.
Coach, over here.
Yes.
I'm Tammy from
Hi, Tammy.
Buzz and Universidades. I'd like to know, how does it feel to be in a country where NFL and American football is growing so fast, but it's really recent still, and to be able to show an amazing football, this amazing sports to some kids who might actually fall in love with it and pick up a football instead of a soccer ball maybe. How does it feel to be a part of that growing culture here in Brazil?
Sure. Yeah, I think that's a neat part of this. When we got off the plane, the reception we had, a lot of kids were there, all wearing jerseys, and the reception was unbelievable with the people. And so we know it's growing here. We know that. We respect soccer. We know it's growing from American football too, and both can exist at the same time and have a lot of success.
I saw you play in Frankfurt and in 2 Super Bowls, and the environment, the crowd is almost the same in the Super Bowl and international game. Do you think that's an advantage for Chiefs who know better this kind of environment?
Sure. Yeah, I think that it'll be loud. I think it'll be loud when the offense is out. I think it'll be loud when the defense is out, and special teams. So we've got to be ready for all of that. We kind of practiced it the best way we could without having fans at practice, but we've used the noise, anticipated being very loud. Yeah.
We'll do 2 more, guys. Go ahead, open the room this side.
Hi, Coach. I'm Guilherme from Connect Football Brazil. It's awesome to have you here with us.
Thank you.
So, Coach, you are one of the 4 coaches to have 200 wins in the NFL history, and also the only one coach to have 100 victories with 2 different teams. So, I wonder, what makes you motivated to go there every single day, every single year, scout college players, talk to the players, motivate, because you achieve all those great things. So I want to know if you go back to your early years, what do you tell him? It's like I made it. I choose so many great teams in the NFL history. So I want to know, Coach.
Yeah, and I've been very fortunate to coach a lot of real good players and have real good coaches to work with. Two great organizations, really three as an assistant coach. I was with the Green Bay Packers, and so three organizations between the Eagles and the Chiefs. With that came a lot of wins. Most of all that drives me is I respect the game. I understand. I love being able to teach, and I'm around young guys that are positive. So when I look in the mirror and I'm older, they're the same age, and they make you feel young. So it's a great thing.
Last one, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. What's up? Gabriel Schultz from 50 yards. Welcome to Brazil. The NFL has an international program for players from other countries, but there are still few players considered starters. Do you think with the globalization of the NFL hosting games in other countries, you will see more international players making bet in the league like Karlaftis? Thank you.
Yes, no, I think so. I think that'll take place. I had a kicker from Brazil at one time. He's now with the Chicago Bears, and so he would tell me how passionate the people are here. And so we look forward to coming here. But I would say yes. I think the league's going to continue to grow in different countries, and I think that's a positive. I know that the league's striving for that.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, one more. Omar Ruiz, NFL Network. Any people excited to hear how many Super Bowls you guys have played in, how many other international games, the different stages you played on? Do you ever look at this experience through the eyes of maybe a rookie or a player who hasn't done this with you guys before and just kind of marvel on their experience?
Yeah, no, we've talked to all the rookies, and it's for their first game in a venue like this is something special, and that's the way you've got to handle it, as opposed to being in awe of the whole thing. Enjoy the moment, and enjoy every play that you have an opportunity to play, and I think that's how they go about it.
This was the last question. Oh.
All right. Well, then we got our shares.
Nope, you're good. You're sitting for this one.
Daremos início à coletiva de imprensa do Kyren Travis Kelce e do quarterback Patrick Mahomes. We're going to start the press conference of quarterback Patrick Mahomes and Kyren Travis Kelce. Feel free to ask questions.
Start over here, guys, right here. Go ahead.
Hello, Patrick.
Still alive.
Welcome to Brazil. So, Patrick, since you became the starting quarterback of the Kansas City Chiefs, the team popularity here in Brazil grew a lot. So, how do you see that being here for the first time?
Getting off the plane yesterday was amazing. You know, the fans were out. They were loud. We landed late. And so it's really cool to see that the Kansas City Chiefs are known here in Brazil and are known well, and that we have a ton of fans here. So we're super excited to play in front of them tomorrow. Sam?
Patrick, for you first, you guys have played in a lot of different situations and a lot of different, stages. How do you mentally prepare, even though the schedule is literally disrupted?
I think Coach Reed and all the coaches do a great job of kind of planning that stuff out. And so we got the game plan in before we headed this way, and now we're just kind of fine-tuning things. And so we've had a plan for this all summer long, and now we're just ready to play football again.
Travis, what was last night like at the airport?
Oh, man, it was crazy.
So,
it was a lot of fun seeing all the fans there. And,
He had that one coming for telling everybody I didn't know where Brazil was. It's an exciting time. You get to hang out around the guys and the team, and this is something that we'll all remember. So you're just kind of in the moment and excited to play some football tomorrow, but just enjoying the process of experiencing new things with the guys.
So Chiefs' last game wasn't that good because it was the Super Bowl. How do you guys work in your mind and the Chiefs' mental health to overcome this challenge?
Well, I think one thing that we have in our back pocket is Coach Reed. We got somebody that's been there, done that. He's been in a lot of international games, and he's been doing this football thing for a long time. So he understands how to lead us, how to set a schedule, how to make it easy for us to just focus on the game and things like that. And he challenges us in ways that he really gets the best out of us. And I think that's the biggest thing is that this is a challenge coming down here to Brazil, a 12-hour flight, playing 2 days after that. It's a unique and a different experience, but at the same time, it's something that's going to make us, feel that much more proud about what we're doing over here if we can come out with a win.
For each of you guys, right here in front of Travis, that you guys are not strangers to attention, but I wonder what it's like in this kind of moment. What you think it says about what it means you're playing here.
I think it's fun. Obviously we want to take American football worldwide, and you can see the fan base in Brazil, and so we're getting to bring the game that we love to them. And so I'm super excited to get out there and play in front of the fans. They look pumped. It's going to be a great environment. And that's what we want to do when we play this profession, is play in front of fans that want to see football, and that's what we're getting the opportunity to do. So we're going to say.
Just for you, Trav, this kind of attention directly, what is that like?
Nothing about attention.
It's exciting, man. It's exciting. Like Pat said, we're trying to take this game worldwide, and we're so fortunate that Brazil's had the interest of, wanting to see more of the NFL. And how proud is it to be one of those teams that are picked to showcase that? And, been watching soccer games all week. Been watching, last year's game that the Eagles won, and it's just exciting times to be down here and play in front of the Brazilian crowd.
Patrick, welcome to Brazil. Last season, you had a struggle in the offensive line, especially in the edges. Now you got Josh Simmons, and how do you feel playing with him? Are you more secure playing with him?
I'm super excited for these guys to have the opportunity to go out there and accept the challenge. Josh has had a great camp, and he's had a great offseason. He had a great college career, and now he gets the next challenge of playing in the NFL, and I think he's ready for it. And so I think throughout the whole offensive line, they've taken it personal and want to showcase who they truly are. We've got a lot of great players up there, and I think they're ready for the challenge.
Here, Patrick, on the left. Virginia from Olympic Channel. You are in the top of the sport for a while. And you mentioned before that you want to have the opportunity to play in the Olympic Games. You have been in the top of the sport. What's the importance and your thoughts to be an Olympian and the importance of the Olympic Games for your career?
I don't know, because American football hasn't been in the Olympics, but I know it will be really cool to be able to showcase American football worldwide in the Olympics and doing flag football. And so we'll have a lot of guys that will be competing for those spots. But I think it's an honor at any point to be named an Olympian. And so hopefully I'm still young enough. I'll be a little older then, but hopefully I'm still young enough to move around and play some football.
It will be, don't worry.
I'll have to be the water boy or something. I'm going to get a gold medal, though.
It'll be nice. I think you can handle that.
Trainer Trav. Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, for sure. Guys, welcome to Brazil. So, Patrick, we have a pretty strong fan base for football here, but there are many people that are going to watch the sport for the first time. They don't really know much. And the quarterback's probably the one position they know or understand a little bit about it. So what can you tell us? What can you tell to those people that don't know the sport about your specific position? And I know you have a personal relationship to soccer. So for us, it's like the franchise player, the guy that wears the 10 jersey, So how can we relate those things?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, it is in soccer or football. It's the number 10 position, the one that distributes the ball, the one that can score when he's called upon, but has to have control of the entire game. Offense, controlling we call it the line of scrimmage, where the ball started at, and then being able to put us into the best position to go out there and succeed. And so obviously there's rules as far as how many points are scored and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's just who can get in the end zone the most is who's going to win the football game. Go ahead.
Hi guys over here. Welcome to Brazil. We love Estadão. We saw the film last night. Your arrival in Brazil, all these crowds. We know as well that Taylor Swift is a huge thing in Brazil, and that's why you guys get a growth in popularity. What are your thoughts about it? What are your thoughts on this popularity? And did you know beforehand, before coming to Brazil, that your guys are so popular here?
I think that was one of the keys of getting us down here was that we had a good following down here in Brazil, and obviously, you know, the league wide is expanding all over the world, and it's just so fun to see everybody get excited about this game that we've loved since we were kids, man. And be able to go out here, showcase it in a good way, and show everybody just how much we really love this game.
Travis, talking about fan base, you're probably the most famous football player here in Brazil right now. How do you feel about this specific fan base?
I mean, I love it when the lights are bright, and I've heard nothing but great things about the Brazilian fan base and how they love sports, and I've been able to kind of follow along in the football world or the soccer world and see how exciting they get. So I'm pumped about tomorrow, and I'll be sure to make sure I say hello to everybody in the crowd, knowing that they took the time to come out and see some American sports.
Patrick, over here. Welcome to Brazil. For the first time since you won your first Super Bowl, we start seeing some specialists having Josh, Joe, Lamar as a QB1. How does that make you feel?
I think it's cool to see the game evolve. You know, there's been a lot of great players for a long time, but being able to play the quarterback position and being able to move and be mobile and make these throws, guys came before me and did that, and I'm trying to just keep pushing the game forward. And you see it now, the quarterback position, it's the top of the top. Every single team has their franchise guy, and it's been fun to watch the game grow, and it's been more challenging of going out against these guys every single week.
We're going to do two more. Starting here. Go ahead.
Travis, Paulo Tunes, ESPN Brazil. I'm just wondering, man, the last couple years, how your life has changed after you started dating Taylor Swift, and you got the podcast, and you got all these things happening off the field. Can you kind of, Joe knows about this, right? Can you kind of describe how your life has changed here? And is there a difficulty to focus on everything on the field? Is that a challenge for you?
Well,
engaged.
Exactly. I got one more ring from it. I would say, two if we're counting the first Super Bowl. I would say, you know, I ever since I've been dating Taylor, life has been fun. You know, it's been exciting. Obviously, a lot more eyes, and I accept that. But it's just, I'm living life. You know, living on a high.
It's a dream, dude.
Yeah.
Is this the last dance?
For who? For me? Man, it's the last one on the contract right now, but I'll tell you what, I'm feeling young and I'm feeling ready to rock, baby.
Hey, look how loose that shirt is, man. That's great.
Man, this thing is a little tighter last week.
Last one, Nate Taylor. Go ahead.
Fellas, you guys have played not only more international games than most NFL teams, but you guys have won those games. Is there anything that you guys can draw from that experience that can help in a new environment and obviously international setting?
For me, it's just staying in routine as much as possible. You know, Coach Reed does a great job. Everybody here does a great job of keeping us in routine, and then just accepting the challenge. Like at the end of the day, you're coming here to play football. You're coming here to play a game, and we're going to play in front of a great fan base. So go out there, accept the challenge, and we're playing against one of our division opponents. So it'll be a great test for us. But if you're going to be here, you might as well try to win it.
All right, thank you guys. Appreciate
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Enjoy the game.
Próxima pergunta para eles. Deixa eu pegar as perguntas. Agora daremos início à coletiva de imprensa do linebacker Nick Bolton, do kicker Harrison Butker e do defensive tackle Chris Jones. Now we're starting the press conference of kicker Harrison Butker, linebacker Nick Bolton, and defensive tackle Chris Jones.
Hello.
All right, guys. So we've got Isaiah Pacheco, Harrison Butker, Nick Bolton, and Chris Jones here. We'll start taking questions. John, you want to hit us with this one here? Sam McDowell, you got our first one here. Go ahead, Sam.
Harrison, I just wondered, as a guy who grew up playing soccer, you've now been Mexico, Europe, Brazil, is there a sort of appreciation for that because of that?
It's definitely a cool thing to finally be playing in the, not finally, because growing up I never thought I'd be playing in stadiums that these great soccer players were playing in, but obviously the 2014 World Cup was here, I think the opening game. So knowing that the World Cup was here and then thinking back to all those memories growing up as a kid, watching those players, and now finally, you're playing in the same stadium the same field as those guys is pretty cool.
Hi, I'm Daniela from Pink Zone. Welcome, guys. My question is for Chris. You already had a preview of the Chiefs Brazilian fans at the airport, knowing that last year's crowd noise surprised the Eagles and the Packers, and also knowing that Brazil has the second largest fan base outside of US. What are your expectations for tomorrow's game?
First off, we're super excited to be here. Huge fan of Neymar's, so it's like huge fan of Neymar, so it's like it's pretty exciting. I expect for it to be loud, courageous, the fans going crazy, and the environment. As soon as we got off the bus, we could hear the tenacity of the fans and how excited they are for us to be here and for us to be here also. First time in Brazil, I'm definitely coming back. I was just telling the president out there, this is definitely a trip I'll be making back. I don't know if it's going to be with or without the team, but I'm coming back and I'm super excited for the opportunity.
Bye.
Nick, kind of related to that, your arrival last night and this level of interest, what does it tell you about what it means to be playing here? And are you at all surprised it's this intense?
Yeah, like along with a lot of guys, it's my first time being in Brazil, so definitely was a little bit different. Didn't know what to expect, and yeah, man, they showed up there. We got in a little late last night, and they stayed there, supported us all the way through. So yeah, man, we're super excited for the opportunity we have in front of us. We understand that, U.S. sports, football in general is growing dramatically, and so just kind of give the opportunity for us to go out there and play for all these fans, and I think it's just a great experience for everybody. And one of the things you kind of look back 10 years from now and kind of look back on and talk to your family like I got to experience that with my teammates and my fans.
Hi guys, Ingrid from 50 Jardas, welcome to Brazil. Year after year, especially after winning several titles in a short space of time, we've been seeing the fan base growing up. And here in Brazil, we don't have emotional attachment to football teams. So this kind of attachment starts with Super Bowl winning and super players and stuff. Revisiting your younger selves, how you feel like thinking about your journey since you're kids and until now that you are professionals, how you see that now you are adored by fans of America, how you feel like of this journey growing up until here, how you feel being adored after all this hard work you've been put in to be a professional player.
I'll say for me, it's a big experience. Representing the last name on your back plate. It's huge for your family to leave the best and first impression when you get to the place. And not only that, just being able to accommodate, being able to be flexible on this different schedule when we get here is big. And we're excited and happy.
Hey Chris, Hey Chris, Lucas here, San in Brazil. Chris, every year the Chiefs are true contenders. In your view, that makes this team so special, and what's the core that makes you competing in the highest level season after season, year after year? Good game tomorrow.
Good question. And, it takes a team. It takes a team from top to bottom. It starts with the general manager, head coach. They have such a solid foundation here. And then you get to play with guys like these, every day and compete at the highest level. And also the chemistry of this team, how much we actually enjoy being around each other. I actually like Nick and
once in a while.
and Pacheco. Me and Harrison have great conversations. And I think that's a huge part of it. They bring a lot of guys in that's locker room guys that bring a special bud to the locker room. I think chemistry plays a huge part, but also putting the right people in the right positions. Having the right coaches. We got some of the best coaches in the league, starting with Andy Reid, Hall of Fame coach, who've been very successful in this league. So for us, it's such an opportunity. We get to wake up and play this game and be in this facility and having that opportunity every year.
Questions for Pacheco?
Let's go over here first. Go ahead. Yep.
Okay. Chris, Lucas, FM Network. Back in the 70s, there was a guy from Brazil who went to the US to play soccer, in an attempt to make soccer more popular over there. This guy was Pelé, the king of
Pelé,
soccer.
the best ever. The
Yeah.
best ever. The best ever.
50 years later, you guys are kind of doing the same story, but the other way around. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you realize that tomorrow here in São Paulo, you are going to be making history with only one game?
I think it's more so appreciating the opportunity. I appreciate you guys allowing us to kind of break the barrier of having American football over here. I think for that, it's breaking barriers for us. I think the opportunity itself presents something worldwide, not only for you guys, but as a National Football League. I think this right here is setting strides, and maybe we can schedule more games in the future to host, here.
Jacob, the Chiefs offense probably lacked explosiveness last year over the last 2 years. How do you think the run game can be a part of getting that back?
On tomorrow, first game, we're here in Brazil. I think it's going to be a great experience to see how hard we've been working in the offseason and to make those big plays, just to be accountable to one another. And if it's a bad play, move on and just keep working.
Here.
Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Brazil. Pedro Vieira from Aquela Jarda. We know that you guys come from a huge loss in the Super Bowl. I want to know, how is the environment in the locker room? What is the message that you receive from Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Chris Jones? Nice to meet you. What is the message that the team are getting to this upcoming season?
Well, you got to understand in life. You're not going to win all the time, and in life you're going to face adversity. But it's about the journey. It's about the journey of getting back up. When people climb a mountain, right, they don't climb it to stay up there. They climb it to say they got there, and they go back down, right? And they'll do it again the next year. And that's how life is. You climb the mountaintop, you're not going to stay there all the time. Sometimes you're going to get knocked back down. But the journey of it is climbing again. Climbing again. You're going to face harsh conditions. The weather might not be right. You might lose your breath. You might get knocked down, but it's more so about the response. And I think training camp, everyone came in with the right mentality, the right energy, and we know what's ahead of us. Last year we didn't seal the deal. We got there, but we didn't seal it. And I think we all went heavy on our shoulders. The last year's behind us. We got the Chargers tomorrow, and we're ready.
Sir, thank you so much. A few more guys. Go ahead.
Nice to meet you. Do you consider yourself the best in the position in the league? And if yes, what makes you the best?
Well, I think when you're talking to athletes, all of them will say they're the best position in the league, even if they're not. I think they're just a competitive spirit. But yeah, I do. It's my competitive spirit. What makes me the best? I feel like my personality, my tenacity, my love, my passion. We can go on and on about this, okay? I don't want to bore you guys, but yeah.
Hi guys. So, yeah. Hello, welcome to Brazil. I'm Guilherme Brazil from the Centavos. And I have a question for all of you. We know we have been dominating the FC West Division for a couple of years now, but we hope we have many people believing that we will be each time more competitive with being 3 teams, playoff teams last year. And how do you guys expect to improve and to maintain that determination? And Pacheco, I need you to be very good this season. You are my favorite football team.
Yeah.
For me, I'm on a revenge tour. If you know what revenge means, you know what a tour is. I'm on a revenge tour. That's my goal, and that's the accountability I'm coming to the table and bringing to the leadership.
Let's go! Yeah! We need him on a revenge tour. Absolutely.
We'll go last one back there. Go ahead.
Hi guys, good afternoon. I'm Dani from Interceptados and Sport Bus. First of all, welcome to Brazil. It's so nice to have you here. But I want to know from Booker, because he's been quiet. Every game, like every big game, you always have such a big role. And it's been for like 5 years now that you always have that pressure on. But in the start of the season, it's the same pressure. Like, what do you feel going into a game that you can decide it all in the final moments, even though it's the first game of the season? But it's a new crowd, and a crowd that understands a lot about kicking.
Well, obviously, every game's different. Obviously, we're in Brazil, different country, different field, altitude, all that stuff. And as a kicker, I think most kickers would say they still get nervous. I think most guys up here get nervous, but when you practice hard, when you treat every rep like it's a game rep, like it's a pressure rep, when you get in that moment, you can kind of address the nerves and go, I shouldn't be nervous. I prepared for this moment, and you can fall back on your training. And so I look forward to the first game of the season. We're all going to have butterflies. I know we were playing a little bit in the preseason, but first regular season game against a division opponent. I know we're all super excited to get out there and show everyone all the hard work that we've been putting in this offseason.
Okay, real last one. Go ahead.
Hi guys, welcome to Brazil. Sorry, my English is so bad, but how the South America heat can impact this game for you?
Well, I heard we was playing at 9 o'clock, so it should be like 40, 50 degrees. We should be good, hopefully.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. There's the big word there.